Number 4, people. I know some of you have been going through a major purge in your businesses. I can tell you specifically, NMC has. They've let some people go. They've separated ways with some people. Right? I recently fired the CEO in Egypt. Fired her. She's been with us for 6 years. Okay? For me, it's about performance and results. I don't do excuses very well because I'm not allowed to give excuses. So I expect from you what I expect from myself, You don't perform, right? You don't give me the results, you're out. You're gone. That's it. By the way, that just happened even yesterday. I got 3 properties. I don't know if I don't think Eddie's on the call, but Eddie was upstairs in the office, and I'm flipping some houses. Serge, you were a part of these conversations. Actually, watch this, guys. This is a perfect. I think you guys will appreciate this. Serge, I'm flipping one of these properties is a house that I'm flipping with you in Avondale. Yes.
Yes.
And then the other property is Sells Drive. That's my property, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what did you bring to my attention yesterday morning? Watch this, guys. You guys will learn from this. What did you bring to my attention yesterday morning?
They're taking a long time to complete the project.
Okay. And what did I do?
You called them right away. You
And
called
then
the general contractor.
I called the GCs. Were you a part of one of those conversations?
Yes, I was. Yes. I like the part when you say, "I'm sorry, it's not going to get my money back."
Yeah, I don't mess around.
Saying, I'm sorry.
Yep.
This and that, excuses basically.
What I tell them, I said, hey, I don't. What first of all, when I got on it, Serge was a part of the conversation. What did everybody do, Serge, when we said, hey, the timelines aren't being met, the budget's is not where it needs to be? What did everybody do?
Pointing fingers.
This.
Blaming everybody.
Everybody blamed everybody. And what did I tell the 2 GCs that were on the phone with you?
This is not going to solve the issue.
Yeah, I said, hey, I'm sorry, I apologize, there's been a confusion, it's not our fault, it's his fault, it's that fault. I said, I'm sorry, hey, I said, I don't care, right? I said, I don't care.
You interrupted.
Yeah, I said, I don't care. I said, I'm paying over $100 per day on each property in interest. Your excuses, the deflecting and the finger pointing, that's not going to give me back the money. So I don't care. And guess what, Serge? They're fired. Gone. See, what's the lesson here, by the way? Serge, what do you think the lesson was in that during this whole situation yesterday? I had to put out a couple fires. What was the lesson, Serge?
The lesson there was, there's no excuses. There's no excuses. Whether you just got to get it done.
That's one. What about the fact that we remember what I always say? I say the most successful companies are the companies that solve problems the fastest.
Right away, you put it out right away.
Boom.
You took action.
Carlos, also, both of those instances you talked about took place like in the middle of the day. We shot an ad immediately after the GC.
Come here, Godfrey. Tell him what you hear. Is this it? Oh, this guy witnessed the whole thing, by the way.
Yeah, I was with Carlos.
Godfrey. He's not Mexican, by the way.
Sorry, no, that's good. But I was with Carlos during both instances. He handled both on a phone call, got it situated. We shot an ad immediately, and the situation in Egypt he just mentioned. We're in California. We wrapped up the event. He finished out the event, and we all did team bonding right after too, in the middle of situating that stuff. So
in the middle of all these fires.
Yeah.
So thank you, sir. No problem. Appreciate you, guys. I only try to I try to like teach you guys, what I do and what I've been through and what I go through, and I try to help you guys, just operate the way that I do, right? In real time. That's my goal. I'm never going to tell you to do something that I'm not, like, that would make me a hypocrite and a liar. I'm not going to tell you to do something if I don't do it, if I'm not willing to do it, right? So Serge, my man Serge got on the line, and Serge, I don't know if have you ever witnessed that type of phone call before?
No.
And you've been in business for a while.
Yeah.
Now, was I disrespectful?
No. Professional.
Zero disrespect, guys. Don't confuse don't confuse my directness, right? Or the way that I handle things with the lack of grace. I actually handle them. I handle things with professionalism and grace. Write that down, by the way, right? A real leader handles challenges with professionalism and grace. Because this isn't about whose fault it is for me. It always comes down to one thing only. The same thing that I tell you guys on the marketing side, right? I said the number one metric is ROI on every single marketing channel, every single marketing campaign. Well, same thing with here. The number one metric for me are results when it comes to my people. So I fired a whole GC crew yesterday. And then I fired the CEO for Egypt, as Godfrey told you. Hey, here, I'm gonna tell you something that I learned. I was in San Francisco, and I was in an Uber. Coincidentally, I was in an Uber. This guy was driving a Tesla, right? Watch this, ready? This was 2019, the year was 2019. And my wife and I get into this Uber, and the guy overheard me talking about something, and then, I was talking about like, oh, I like Teslas, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes, I used to work for Elon Musk. This is San Francisco. This is where I believe at that time their headquarters was. The Uber driver says, I used to work for Elon Musk. And now he's driving an Uber, right? Coincidentally, he's driving a Tesla. He's driving an Uber. And then he goes, and then I go, oh, what happened? He was like, yeah, I used to be an engineer making over 6 figures for Elon Musk at Tesla. And then I asked what happened. I said, what happened, brother? Why aren't you there anymore? And he says, his standards are too high. He's too demanding. His standards are too high. I couldn't take the pressure. I couldn't take the responsibility. And what's funny is I don't know how he felt prior to our conversation, but I go, well, brother, the guy's a billionaire. I said, he's changing the world, right? You got SpaceX, you got, PayPal, you got Tesla, right? He's changing the world. He's doing something that very few people in the history of existence are able to even tap into. So I would have thought you would have known that prior to taking a job with Elon Musk, right? And he goes, no, you're right, and he's right. That's what it takes, he said. So I don't know if it was like a coming to Jesus moment in the back of an Uber, right? But listen, I know that nobody here is building a Tesla. Nobody here is building a SpaceX. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't handle ourselves and lead others, right, with the same mission and with the same standard. Whether it's Frania and Tony in trucking, or construction with Marvin, or construction and development with NMC, or demolition, and now house flipping, and maybe soon Serge and I might start a flooring company. Keep an eye out for that, right? That's just the way that business has to run. Because people's lives are depending on it. Your life, your families, your employees, right? Which, again, we're talking about people, right? Here's the one thing I'm going to ask you when it comes to people, and we'll dive deeper. Standards. But guess what? As leaders, right? Expect the standard from your people that you expect from yourself. I can't ask Godfrey to operate at a high standard if I don't operate at a high standard. I can't ask the CEO in Egypt to operate at a high standard if I don't operate at a high standard. I can't ask my GCs that are renovating my houses and flipping my houses if I don't operate at a high standard. Do you guys understand that? And this isn't about you guys. This isn't about people here changing, right? This isn't about like, oh, I got to change into something I'm not. No, how about this? How about this is about growing? This is about development. This is about evolving. We're not meant to stay this, like, dude, do you want to, at 30, do you want to operate the way you did when you were 21 years old? At 40, do you still want to be the same person you were when you were 30 years old? No, this is about growing, maturing, evolving, developing. It's not about changing. Right? So, again, right there, people. Let's continue. Now, product or service. Product or service, what's the feedback? Right? Where did you perform at a high level? Where do customers complain? What do you need to improve with your product or your service? What upgrades will increase, right, your revenue, your referrals? What profit centers do you need to launch that you can vertically integrate with the products or the services that you have today? You get what I'm saying? I'll give you an example. Tony has a trucking company, but he also has a logistics company. You can vertically integrate those two. Sergio has a demo company, but he can also launch a flooring company. You can vertically integrate those two. I have a house flipping company, right? But I also do construction. You can vertically integrate those two. I'm building a community that I can partner up with, that I can flip houses with, that I can raise money with, that I can buy apartments with, that I can build legacy with, that I can build wealth with, right? You can vertically integrate all of this into everything that all of us have going on. So your product, your service, right? Whatever you offer, you should never, ever, ever stop working on improving. Because guess what? Love, Rob. Here's what I'm saying, right? You either evolve, continue to evolve, or you will dissolve. Look what happened at Blockbuster. Look what happened at Redbox. Look what happened to Radio Shack. They didn't evolve. They didn't make the transition into the digital space. Blockbuster had plenty of money to take over the streaming business. How did they allow Netflix to take over when they were already decades ahead? Guess what? They did not evolve their what? Their product and their service. You see what I'm saying? It's real. Wow, this looks great, by the way. Jesus. Hey, good touch on the American and the Mexican flag here. This is beautiful. Good job, Godfreezy.
I love this angle. This is an amazing angle of you, brother. You look great.
Jesus, Jose. Thank you. All right, let's we're gonna go back. So these are things, guys. These are things that I want you to think about here, right? Marketing, sales, which I could have separated those, but they go hand in hand, right? They really go hand in hand. Operations, okay? What do you need to improve? Can this be delegated? Okay, can this be systemized? can this be delegated? Can this be systemized? Can this be delegated? Why? Because this right here is going to help you with efficiency. Okay? Some of you can actually run what's called, by the way, before Doge, you know what's funny? Doge, remember the Department of, what is it? The Department of Government Efficiency? Doge, right? Guess what? That came out, what, 2024? 2025? Bro, that term came from the business world because of Elon Musk, right? Sal and I have been running what's called a BEA. Business Efficiency Analysis. Sal and I, since 2022, have been running what's called a business efficiency analysis across all our companies. You get what I'm saying? Like, okay, what does our personnel look like? Who needs to stay? Who needs to go? Who needs to be coached up? Who needs to be coached out? Who's a bad apple? Who's a leader? Right? Who's positive? Who's negative? Who's drama? Who's not? Who's gossip? Right? That's a form of running a business efficiency analysis. Now, that's just on the personnel side, right? Again, back into the marketing side. What's bringing me an ROI? What's bringing me the highest ROI? What do I keep? What do I drop? Right? Business efficiency analysis. On the financials, right? On the financial aspect of things, okay. Where are my expenses? What is a necessity? What is a luxury? What is a necessity? What is a luxury? What do I need? What do I not need? Example, I'll give you a small example, right? I was going through some of my subscriptions. I'm like, I don't use Hulu. Why am I paying $11 a month for this damn thing? I don't need Hulu, right? And then it's like, who else? Oh, Stars. I'm like, why do I have Stars? I don't watch Stars. So then I'm like, cut. The same thing, you need to do the same thing with your businesses, guys. The same thing. Go through everything in your business and see what you need. It's like, okay, keep cut. You get what I'm saying? So, I think the next thing that we need to do, now that we've done this, I like to do things in series, like church. Church will run a subject, and then they'll have, week by week by week, right? So we'll call this 2026 week 1. Because on week 2, here's what I want for week 2. I'm there, yep. For week 2, I think every single person by next week, right? Because I want to hold you guys accountable. Here's what I'm going to ask you first. Number 1, type in a 1 if you are reading the book Well Done. If you're reading the book Well Done, type in a 1. Type in a 3 if you read it. Type in a 3 if you read the book Well Done.